Assalamualaikum et bonjour. Today, we are going to learn les prépositions avec les articles. And not any kind of article. It is les articles définis, which is definite article in English. This grammar section is very important to work on them at this point, I think, of our learning process. Since we are learning chapter on logement or logic, we will concentrate on how the preposition are here with les articles définis, le, l'apostrophe, la, and les. And we are going to look at how the preposition are reacts with the definite articles, les articles définis. Okay? Alright. Firstly, we are going to see how the preposition are reacts to the definite articles. If you remember clearly, we have learned les articles définis. Okay? It is what we call definite articles, and there are 4 of them. But if you vaguely remember what are the definite articles or les articles définis, please view my clip entitled les articles définis. Okay, now we shall start. Okay, so you have here a and les articles définis, le, la, les, and l'apostrophe. You see here? There are 4 of them. Now, we're going to see the first one, okay, how preposition a reacts with le. Okay, le. Le, it is a definite article which is used with a noun which is in singular and masculine form. Okay, now let's look at the sentence given here. Okay, before that, when a meets le, it becomes o. Can you see this? When a meets le, it becomes o. Okay? Alright, let's look at example of sentences here. You have, je vais au 7e étage. Okay, what does it mean? I go to the 7th floor. In English, I go to the 7th floor. O means to the. Okay? Nothing changed in English. But in French, when a meets le, it becomes o. So that's why here you have je vais au 7e étage. Let's look at the word le 7e étage. The word le 7e étage means the 7th floor, and it is in masculine singular noun. Okay? But you cannot say je vais à le 7e étage. It doesn't sound French. So what you do, you change it to o. Okay? So that's why now you have je vais au 7e étage. Instead of you say je vais à le 7e étage. And it means I go to the 7th floor. Okay, that's how it reacts. When a meets le, it becomes o. Okay? Alright. Now let's look at the second one. Okay. In the second example here, it is still about a meeting le. So you have here, the sentence is Stéphanie est au balcon. What does it mean? Stéphanie est au balcon means Stephanie is at the balcony. Okay? So o here is translated in English at the. Okay? At the. So now, let's look at the word balcon. Le balcon is a noun which is in masculine and singular form. So, when you want to say at the, it has to be o. Okay? So, instead of saying Stéphanie est à le balcon, which doesn't sound right in French, you have to say Stéphanie est au balcon. Okay? Alright. This is second example of how preposition a meets le, the definite article le. Okay? Alright. Now let's look at the second definite article, which is la. Okay, now you have in the first example here, a, la. Okay, so now, previously, when a meets definite article la, it becomes o. But here, it doesn't change. Can you see that? It doesn't change at all. So, ala stays ala. Alright? So, what is the sentence given here? You have Robert est à la maison. It means Robert is in the house, or at the house, or at home. Well, it can be translated in so many ways, okay? Because maison is house, or it can be also home. So now, let's look at the word la maison. The word maison itself, it is in feminine singular form, okay? Right? So remember, when preposition a meets la, it doesn't change at all, it stays the same. So here you have Robert est à la maison, means Robert is at home. Okay, so à la here can be translated to at. Okay, now let's look at the second example of how do you use à la. Now here you have the sentence Nous sommes à la banque. What does it mean? Nous sommes à la banque means we are at the bank. Okay? At the bank. So à la can be translated to at the. Okay, now, again, I repeat here, when the preposition a meets definite article la, it doesn't change, it stays the same. Okay? So now here you have à la. Okay? Alright. Let's look at the next definite article, which is L apostrophe. Okay, now, how L apostrophe is used? Normally, L apostrophe is used with a noun which is in singular form. It has to be singular form and starts with a vowel. It can be A, E, I, O, U, H, and Y. Okay? That will be vowels for French. So here you have the word appartement. Now, firstly, the noun appartement, it is in masculine form. It is also in singular form, but most importantly, it starts with the vowel A, the letter A. So that's why here you use the definite article L apostrophe. But now we want to say il est à l'appartement. What does it mean, il est à l'appartement? Il est à l'appartement means he is at the apartment. He is at the apartment. Okay, again here, when the preposition a meets L apostrophe, it stays the same. Just like what we have earlier, when preposition a meets the definite article la, it stays the same. Okay, so now you have il est à l'appartement. Okay, all right. Now, why don't we take a look of the second example, how we use a L apostrophe. Okay, how do we use it? Okay, now here you have Jacques et Marie sont à l'université. Now, the word université itself, just like appartement, but the difference is université is in feminine form, but appartement it is in masculine form. Now, when you want to say Jacques and Mary are at the university, you use a plus L apostrophe. Okay, right? And it doesn't change, it stays the same. Okay, right. Next, let's look at the next definite article, which is les. Les. Alright. Now, les is normally used with a noun which is in plural form, regardless of the gender, whether it's male or female. So now here, when preposition a meets the definite article le, it becomes o. Now, the sound of the previous o is the same as this o. AU sounds exactly the same like AUX. O and O. It's not O and AUX, yeah? Alright. So now here you have O. Now, when preposition a meets the definite article le, it becomes O. So now, let's look at the word magasin. Les magasins. Les magasins here, it is in masculine and plural form. So now, we want to say, they go to the shops. To the shops. So, O here can be translated to the. So now, you cannot say elles vont à les magasins. No. You have to follow the rule. It has to be elles vont au magasin. Okay, let's look at the second example here. Now, here you have Azahar va aux toilettes. Now, toilette here, it is in feminine, but plural form. Now, you cannot say Azahar va à les toilettes. Now, the rule is when a meets les, it becomes o. So, the best way to say Azahar go to the toilet is Azahar va aux toilettes. Well, I hope that will pretty much explain briefly, not briefly, but thoroughly how the preposition a reacts with the definite articles like le, la, les, and L apostrophe. Well, if you have a question, just ask. Okay? Right. So, merci beaucoup, bon courage, et au revoir.